I was at TC yesterday.
Tell us about it.
I was at TC yesterday. First of all, getting there was an adventure. So let me give you like I can't tell you how many times I've gone through preparing for a sermon, and the sermon is something that I've been through or I'm going through presently. This one was no different. My message was on humility. It was called Get Down Here. Shout out to everybody that at TC Nation. Shout out to everybody that came through. There was a young lady with her children. They drove from Odessa, Texas, to come to TC to be there on Sunday. Unbelievable. So I'm on my way to Oklahoma on Saturday. There was a storm that comes through Texas. It starts canceling all the flights. I'm supposed to be on a 6-something flight. They cancel it. They put me on an earlier flight. This doesn't even make sense. They cancel it. So all the weather passes through. They put me on the last flight out, 10:47 p.m. I'm there. I'm waiting. And it just so happens that I wind up seeing one of the flight attendants who I've known for a long time from Potter's House days. And I was able to get information that I would never get if I was just a passenger, right? So because she's a flight attendant, she has some insider information I was never going to be privy to. So she lets me know that the pilots are still in San Antonio. The pilots are in San Antonio. They're not en route. They're grounded in San Antonio. They have to fly a plane to DFW and then switch to our plane and take us out. By this time, it's 11 something. So I'm getting all this information. I go to throw something in the trash. Lo and behold, one of the musicians from TC is on my same flight. He was coming from serving another ministry on the same flight with me. So after I get the information, I learned from my friends in the military that once you have 70% of the intel, you make a decision. Because if you wait until you get 100% of the intel, you could be dead. So once you have 70% of the information, you got to make a move. It could be the wrong move, but you can't wait till you have all the details in this type of situation. I'm not talking about, well, let me just pray and see what the Lord wants me to do. Don't y'all go deep on me, all right? This is a flight. This is a flight, okay? So I decide, okay, I'm not going to wait. I am going to take this particular opportunity to make this decision. I'm leaving now. I'm going to have to drive to Oklahoma in the middle of the night because I don't know if this flight is going to come through or not. It's not guaranteed. I'm not waiting. I'm out. So I walk up to dude who's a musician at TC. Shout out to Matt. I love you, bro. I'm like, hey, Matt, I don't think this plane is going to leave. And you got a one-time opportunity to roll out with me right now. I know we don't know each other like that, but we family. We brothers in Christ. We go into the same church. We serve the same church. I'm leaving right now. You with me or you not? He's like, bro, I'm with you, right? So we walk out. I call my driver. Hey, come pick me up. Ronnie, shout out to Ronnie. Ronnie, come pick me up. I need you to take me to my house so I can jump in my car and start this trek to Oklahoma. I get in the car with Ronnie. Ronnie's like, nope, I'm taking you right now. I'm driving you to Oklahoma. I'm like, Ronnie, nah, it's late, bro. Like does your wife know? He was like, I drive. My wife knows I drive, and I drive for a living, so I'm about this life. I'm like, oh, bro, I don't know. And then he was like, my longest drive from DFW is to New York. I said, carry on, sir. Homie drove us straight from DFW to Tulsa, Oklahoma, and dropped me off at a hotel like he was dropping me off at home. Straight through, fam, no stops, okay? An hour into the drive, it's like 12:37. American Airlines notification pops up. Your flight has been canceled. So obviously, 70% of the intel, you make a decision. Turns out it was the right decision. Because if we would have waited until we got that notice, we wouldn't have gotten into like 5-something. So I get into, so think about it. This is already humbling. I'm on my way to deliver a message on humility. This is already a humbling experience, right? And it's an inconvenient experience. And you can feel some type of way. If you're entitled, if you're arrogant, if you got a little ego, how could this happen to me? Like, first of all, I'm always entertained by people that fly in first class. I fly in first class almost exclusively. Very rarely will you ever see me on a coach flight, because number one, I'm bougie, and number two, I can. I live on a certain amount of income that gives me the opportunity to fly first class. So why would that you ain't proven nothing. Like, if you think flying coach makes you humble, stop. You don't even know. I need to teach like a series on humility at that point, because you won't even know what we're talking about. So I'm like, okay, let me like just adjust myself. So it's 3:08 a.m. in the morning. I get to the hotel. I'm in the bed by 3:25, and I'm up at 8:05, and I'm out at 8:30, right? So this is already like what I had to do to get there to even bring the message was already different. So if you're not humbled by then, I don't know if I needed that, but it happened.
Were you frustrated at all? Or you were just chilling?
Zero.
Complete chill.
Because what are you gonna do?
You can't do nothing.
You can't do nothing. And this is like when you have that entitled air. Like, I see people in first class all the time act like they have a private jet that got stolen. And I'm like, hey, dog, please remember, you are on the same tube as the person in 29F. You just paid a little bit more money to be in front, but you're still flying a commercial flight. This ain't private jet money. This ain't semi-private jet money. This ain't rideshare jet money. You are still on a commercial flight, which means you ain't that important. You may think you're important. Maybe your business made you think you're important. But let's be clear, you're not that important. Because if you were balling like that, you wouldn't be on a commercial flight to begin with. Because people on private jets, they don't have to worry about a delayed flight. Ever. Right? If the pilot says we're grounded due to weather, cool. We take off as soon as the weather clears up. We ain't waiting on pilots and da-da-da-da. These people work for you. Whereas American Airlines works for us. So, nah, there was nothing. There was no like, I can't believe this has happened to me. It's a commercial flight. Tim, you are not wealthy enough to have your own jet. This is what flying commercial does. Whether you in first coach or in the baggage booth, right? It doesn't matter.
I've only seen you mad whenever someone screamed at Derek in Tulsa. The employee who was mad.
Yeah, absolutely.
Holding the ratchet cup.
Yeah, he almost caught one.
But I've never, ever witnessed him mad about delays or anything. Maybe like, okay, I guess this is what it is.
Yeah, this is what it is.
But not anger.
No, because for what? What are we angry about? Are we angry because the pilots found a mechanical situation and they're going to have to ground the plane because they are following safety protocols and don't want to put us in the air for the whole plane to crash and burn? You want me to be mad that they're trying to save my life? They want to go home just like I do, right? So a commercial airline accident is not going to be like a car collision where potentially minimum of one person could die, 2, 3, 4, depending on the severity of the accident. Every time a plane goes down, you're losing hundreds of souls. Like, you know what I'm saying? So obviously the stakes are higher, so the safety protocols have to be higher. Some of us would jump in a car with a check engine light on and still run up to Albertsons, right? or what state am I in? Kroger, Vons. I'm
Ralph's.
sorry, Ralph's. Yeah, I'm
You're thinking about Cali, brother.
yeah, I'm thinking about Stater Brothers. Shout out, hey yo, shout out I need anybody in Cali that knows Stater Brothers. What we on discount? We on Discord right now. I need somebody. I need a Discordian. I need a Discordian. If you are in proximity of a Stater Brothers, I need you to put that in the chat. We in the chateau right now? Yeah, we're in the chateau right now. I need somebody in the chateau. If you on Discord, if you are in proximity to a Stater Brothers, I need to know it right now. Not like demanding, but I did say right now like it was like really like urgent, and it's really not. Where's the and I just pulled up. Okay, Anthony Paulson said that I'm. Oh, let me turn down this down. Anthony Paulson said I'm about an hour away from a Stater Brothers. I need you to be closer. I love you, Anthony. Evelyn Synagogue, yes, in proximity. Let's go. Okay, Ryan Norton, Stater Brothers. Let's go. Anaheim is down the street from my apartment. Let's go. Stater Brothers in Anaheim. Let's go. Dwellers and Discordians. We got Albertsons in Florida. That's not what I asked for. Oh, Roman Haro in the Discord. My girlfriend works at Stater Brothers. He wins. He wins. His girlfriend works at Stater Brothers. That's 6 degrees of separation if I ever got it before. So shout out. Okay, so yeah, you're not entitled to anything. All right, so back to the thing. So now I'm in Tulsa. I get there. I do the message on humility. Title of the message is Get Down Here. Afterwards, we do book signing. Book signings run like anything else, long lines. People could have been on Disney rides faster than it took to get their book signed by me. So shout out to everybody that stood in that line. You have the patience of Job. I love you. You're amazing. And then I get back to the airport. I'm on first class on the way home. I'm like, cool, I'm Gucci. They call 2 names, Timothy Ross and some other lady's name. I'm already in first class, so why are you calling me up? Like, there's no upgrade to be had unless you're going to tell me I get to fly with the pilots, right? You know what I mean? Hey, we've chosen you to fly in the cockpit with the pilots, right? So I walk up there, and they're like, hey, the jump seats where the flight attendants have to sit, they don't work. So you are being downgraded to economy because our flight attendants have to sit in your seats. Okay. We either got to go down there and search for volunteers, or would you volunteer to give it up? We'll give you a voucher, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. It's an hour flight. So they said, well, just stand over here for me. They got a clickety clack, 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 me a new boarding pass. Meanwhile, concierge key, group 1, group 2, group 3, group 4, group 5, group 6, group 7, group 8, group 9. First of all, I fly first class. I didn't even know there was a group 9. Let's just be clear about this. I didn't even know there was a group 9.
They're in the backpack.
I go in first. I don't know who behind me. I didn't even know that there was that many groups. They called every group before they were able to get me my ticket, which meant I was like one of the last people on that plane in 25C. And I sat my happy tail down in 25C and thought to myself, Lord, I know you didn't arrange this. I know you didn't. You're not petty. I know you didn't arrange this. But isn't it sweet to know that I did a message on humility and got 2 quality assurance checks before the message and after the message, just to make sure you cool, right? You know you're going to drive all night 4 hours instead of flying 1 hour. You cool, right? Hey, you know you're going to be in 25C instead of first class, but you're cool, right? Humility has to be a posture of your heart. Somebody, Locale said, or maybe he did. Maybe he did. But either way, I passed my test.